A lot of people, black, white, Mexican, young or old, fat or skinny, have a problem being true to themselves. They have a problem looking in the mirror and looking directly into their own souls. Around the reason I am who I am today is because I can look directly into my face and find my soul.
Fellas, there are a bunch of women out here who have learned logical talking points in order to function on a podcast. So they take the time out to learn these talking points in order to impress naive listeners. Listeners who are sheeps, listeners who don't really think. Here's the reality. I always tell you guys, if a woman is on a podcast, she's who she is. And I say that for a reason. It's the reason why a woman is over the age of 30 and single and is on a podcast. She found a new hustle. She realized, wow, all I gotta do is say the right things and I could get paid. So there's a bunch of chicks out here who are really finessing y'all. But let's get into this video.
A guy for 1 week. I was talking to a guy for 1 week.
Yes.
7 days. I said, let me ask you something. How many other women are you talking to? How many other?
This is date one.
This is day
week
7.
one. Week one. Yes.
Okay. Day 7.
Yes.
Because we're a long distance.
Yes.
So it was a lot of conversation. On day 7, I said, you're creating a space for me that is making me feel like I want to give more of myself. But before I do that, I have a question. How many other women are you talking to?
Time out, bro. These women be running game on y'all dudes, bro. That's game. But if a man is not aware, he's gonna be fooled by this.
And he said, none. I said, okay. I said, and before we move forward with me giving more of myself, and when I say more of myself, I'm speaking of my emotions and my time, not my body, at least not at that space. I said, I'm an access woman. So before you can access anything of me, my heart, my body, my mind, I'm going to need access to what I believe creates a safe space for me. And that is passwords to your phone. I don't need keys to your house. I'm not saying I need the password on week 1. What I'm saying is, are you comfortable with doing that when we get to that space?
But you're not asking that for week 1.
No. I'm not saying week 1, give me your password. Okay. I'm saying that when we move into that space, because now I'm feeling like I want to spend more time with you. I want to invest equity into this relationship.
Yes.
Equity for me in week 1 is time, conversation on the phone, and yes, you can fly me to come see you.
Yes.
That's equity for me.
That's fine.
Okay. But when we get to the space of now, this environment has become safe and my body is now feeling moved to want to be intimate with you.
Yes.
Or my heart is feeling moved to want to be committed to you. When we get there, I know that I'm going to ask for access. So I'm not going to set myself up to get there, ask for it, and then this is not what you're in alignment with, because the longer I stay, the more expensive it is for me to pull out.
What she's doing is pretty much testing that man to see if he's a sucker. She want to know the type of man that she's dealing with, so she's going to know how to carry herself.
Yes, but does that not bring to bear a presumption of guilt or absence of trust that at the door, I need a passcode?
With that,
but if I'm giving you no red flags, no flashing lights, the phone ain't vibrating.
Yeah, I love this. No, I love
so
this
why
question.
do you come straight into the door like, hey, I got to trust, come behind you? Am I carrying what happened with the last
I love this
situation?
No, because both of my fiancés, knock on wood, was no infidelity that I know of.
Okay.
And I had access to phone, computer, Instagram, Facebook, bank account, and we lived together. So I always had access to our home. And I would navigate the phone. They would navigate mine. And we never, ever had a conversation about another woman or a man that had to create division between our relationship. I never left for that. So I'm not bringing in a per se redo to this new dating space. What I'm doing is saying, I'm not wanting your passcode so I can access your phone so I can see that you're cheating. I don't want to be broken, Pastor Brian. I don't want to be dismantled.
Yeah.
I don't want to be hurt.
This right here is disgusting, bro. She said both of her fiancés. So this is something that she does. I told y'all this is game. Here's the reality. Both of her fiancés gave her their passwords. They allowed her, well, at least some suckers, they allowed her to get access to their bank account. And she still returned back to the streets. She's saying these were good men. They didn't cheat. That's not why I left. So let me get this straight. So they didn't cheat. They give you access to their passwords and things like that. But somehow you still return back to the streets, right? Fellas, the hoops never fails, bro. And this is what I be saying, bro. This woman looks like she's in her 40s, but she's on a podcast trying to give people advice. For what? These women are giving birds hope. I'm telling you, bro, it's all a finesse. And it's sad that they are promoting these women.
For me, that's a reassurance. And as the Bible says, love your partner by knowledge of them, well, I'm giving you knowledge of me. So if that works for you, then align with me. If it doesn't, let's pivot now. And there's no hard feelings.
So
But
the
what
phone code is a breaker.
Oh, is it a non-negotiable?
Yes.
It is the passcode access. Let me say it because
Hey.
I'm single and I'm in my choosing phase.
Yes.
And I'm choosing
And I've
my
given you
husband.
no reason.
There's not a reason. It's called transparency. I operate from a place of transparency, not honesty. Honesty means I have to ask you questions. I don't want a relationship with you when I have to drill you like an investigator. When you're talking about trust, an investigator has to ask you 500 questions to figure out what their clarity is that they're seeking. That's not the relationship I seek. I seek transparency. Transparency is, baby, I have a flight at 10 o'clock tonight.
Yeah.
When I land, I have a meeting. And X, Y, and Z will be there. And I happen to still do business with the guy I used to date before you because he's in on this deal. He'll be there too. That's transparency. So you
Right.
ain't have to ask me anything.
Crazy,
For me,
bro.
transparency is also, we are transparency together. You have access to my body, don't you? If we get to that space, you have access to my heart, to my mind, right? To me, my heart, my mind, my body is more valuable than that punk ass phone. So for me, if all I'm asking for is access to something that you have nothing to hide, that I'm not saying I want it to pick up and go through, because if I want to pick it up and go through it, Pastor Brian, guess what? I ain't got to ask for the password because you know everybody can find that out. That's easy work. To find out women find out passwords all day long. Let's keep it real.
Listen.
Do they not? Do they not? Do they not?
Yes.
Okay, so wait a minute. So is it not better to have a woman that says to you, baby, I'm asking for access because I never want to really, I'm not trying to pry into your privacy and sneak into your phone. I don't want to do that. I'm not going to do that. Let me disclaimer. I'm not going to do that. So all I'm saying is I want access to it because being that I have access to it means that you've given me permission and authority.
Right, but if
okay,
you,
hold on.
yes.
And giving me permission and authority
Yes.
is the love language. Stick with me. It's the principle. It's not the password. It's the fact that you said,
stick with me. This chick is running game and her game is so corny, bro. This is why a woman like this could only be with a sucker, because a man who is intellectual, a man who is logical, he could see right through her bullshit. And this is why the Bible says a man who finds a wife finds a great thing, bro, because fellas, y'all gotta understand the majority of women out here are birds. So when a bird like this puts on her cape and speak like this, she's inspiring other birds. If your girl watches and listens to a woman like this, you're in trouble. because your girl is consuming low vibrational energy. She's thriving off of low vibrational things. I mean, just listen to this woman, bro. She gotta be in her 40s, bro. Y'all gotta think. When a woman is in her early 20s, that's when she is in her prime. And that's when a woman should be trying to find her husband. Why? Because she's peaking right now. Her body is banging. She's down near the best version of herself physically. And that's something that a real virtuous woman will want to give to her husband, because a husband deserves that. But the thing about a bird is this: a bird will give her prime, her peak to the streets. Then when she's tired of the streets, she finds a sucker to heal, to power up, only to return back to the streets. And it becomes a cycle. So it's like from time to time, they be in the streets, they be single. Then this is what I want in a husband. But these types of women are not looking for a husband, bro. You think a woman could be in her 40s and don't know what she wants? But these women are full of bullshit, bro. And the sad thing about women like this to me is the fact that they got a voice to influence other women. Like if you got a girl, right, and your girl is a bit green, a bit naive, and you hear a woman like this kick this type of game, if she's green, she might be a supporter because she just don't know better. This right here is wild, bro.
Baby, here goes a key to my house. So when I'm out of town, you can leave when you want to. That doesn't mean I want to go run through your drawers and see what's in there. That means you're giving me access and authority to your home. That's a principle that opens up a space for me. That's called a love language. I am not going to be in a bed with a man who can access my body. That is priceless. And I can't access a $89.99 or $499.99 Samsung or iPhone because you think that's a breach of your privacy. You keep your $500 phone over there, and I'll keep my priceless mind, body, and soul over here. I have.
So basically, and this is what's crazy. So basically, she's saying that she's for sale. In order to have my mind, body, and soul, I need the keys to your house. Bro, these women are telling you exactly who they are.
Yet to have an issue with being in a relationship with a man, and I have been engaged multiple times.
Yes.
And I have in these 6 years said no to multiple rings because I refuse to get engaged again without going through with it.
Yes.
I have yet to have an issue with the man who's not a womanizer, who wouldn't say password. I don't care about that. Okay, so what? And this is the thing. If you need to do what you do, womanizer, and you want to keep a woman of my caliber and you think you just that smart to do it, run the password, get another phone, and do it your way. But you're not going.
This is crazy, bro. This woman just said she been engaged multiple times. I just told you guys this. These women are not looking for a husband. This is what I be saying, bro. If a woman is over 30, single, it's a reason. When a woman is really looking for a husband, fellas, I'm telling you all, bro, it's going to be in her early 20s. It's not going to be after she passed her prime. After a woman is past her prime, she's looking for a sucker. Like, how you been engaged mad times, but you on a podcast right now? This is just wild, bro. And a woman like this has a lot of masculine energy, right? Because she's playing ball in the streets, right? So in her mind, the only time she's going to entertain a man is only if she can control him. Other than that, she's in the streets. So this is a masculine woman who is acting like she's looking for a husband. But in all reality, the only types of men she's going to attract based on her nature are feminine dudes. Dudes that she can control, men that she can walk all over, drain their energies, power up, and return back to the streets. That's a cycle of a woman like this. This is...
I'm not going to make it easy for you.
Yes.
If you want her that bad, get a phone for her.
Yeah.
And keep that shit over there.
I'm with
But
you
you
on the
gonna
50
respect
yard
this
line.
space.
I'm with you on the 50-yard line.
I'm listening.
Where I'm throwing a flag on the field
I'm listening.
is that nobody would be giving you a key to the house the first week.
And
You asked this in the first 7 days.
Yeah.
So in the first 7 days,
clear it up, Pastor Brian. Clear it up. I
yes.
didn't ask for the password in 7 days.
Yes.
I asked that when we get to this crossword road of commitment and
I
of
understood.
yes, of commitment.
Yes.
Part of committing to me, just like there's commitment standards for you and
Yes.
other men,
Yes.
is access. Because when you commit to me, I'm giving you access to me.
And that's the thing, bro. Just listening to these women, they are so full of shit, bro. She clearly asks a man, yo, after 7 days, I'm like gonna need your passwords. But then she said, no. That's not what I meant. I meant when we reached the cross. Lady, if you brought it up on the 7th day, that's what you're doing. You're asking him for it. But a burger will try to beat around the bush and, no, that's not. Yo, this is why as a man, bro, never listen to a woman's words. Pay attention to her actions, bro. And that's all I does. And that's all I do because it's like, listen, from the time I look at this woman and I see, okay, this woman looks like she's in her 40s. She's on a podcast. She's single. She's no good. I don't even have to listen to her words to know that she's no good. Why? Because I'm going off of her actions. A person's actions don't lie. Because your actions is controlled by your energy, your spirit, what you about. A person use words to manipulate. Birds use words to manipulate. That's why you don't pay attention to their words. This woman is over 40 on a podcast, and basically what she's saying is like, hey, I'm for sale. All it takes to get a woman like me is give me access to your bank account and give me the key to your house. How is she not for sale, bro? But a woman like this will always inspire other birds. So a woman like this will always have a large following because she's giving birds hope. You got to understand, when a woman gives birds hope, they will always support her. Facts.
And if you can't honor and respect access to me, being a part of me, accessing everything that comes with you, then we don't have a commitment. And we are not operating from a space of what works for us collectively. Now we're operating from a space of what works for you. And there's a two-party relationship here.
I'm almost there. I want to be there.
Are you at 70 yet?
I want to be
Hit the
there.
70-yard line
No,
yet?
we at 55. we at the speed limit. It's a bump in the road. My question is,
let me ask you this: Does
yes.
your wife have your password?
Yes.
So what are we talking about here?
Yeah, my wife.
So what?
Why? See, this is what she's doing, bro. This woman is running game. She's a good finesser. You could tell, like, she probably, her whole shit is finessing men. That man, he couldn't even complete his sentence. She cut him off. Let a man speak, lady. Stop trying to run laps around a man speaking bullshit. This right here is just pure bullshit, bro. Talk game, finesse. A woman like this could only fool a sucker with this BS, bro. But a real man could just look into this woman's eyes and see the type of woman that she is. She's a walking lie. Fellas, be careful out here, bro. But the signs are always there. That's just the bottom line.
Imagine him getting a hospital treatment with, and the baby's coming out.
Fellas, again, focus on yourself. That's what it is.